You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, Black and White Sports fans, prison is definitely a place I would not want to be. You know, especially being around violent criminals. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys actually know that if you are a child molester, rapist, or something like that, prison life is definitely going to be hard because you are enemy number one. Those inmates, even though they're hardened criminals, some of them actually commit murder. When it comes to crimes against children and women, they have no sympathy. They will try to attack you. They want you dead. Now, Larry Nassar last year, remember, he was actually stabbed, what was it, like 7 times, if I'm not mistaken, in prison. He survived. I'm glad that he actually survived because I want him to do every single minute of his sentence. I did not shed one tear for Larry Nassar when I found out he was actually stabbed. But I did want him to survive. Now, this man is spending pretty much the rest of his life in prison. What actually goes on behind the cells in prisons, you guys already know, man. There is some male-on-male activity because these men, they don't have access to women. So therefore, they, quote unquote, got to do what they got to do to get off. Well, guys, Larry Nassar, man, this man has fallen, I guess, to the lowest level possible now. Because the word is now, Larry Nassar is pretty much a prostitute now in prison. Apparently for his own protection. Yeah. He actually went from being a doctor with the U.S. Olympic gymnastics team to now sucking off other inmates just for protection. Wow. Let's get into this, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member live stream every single Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We appreciate the support. So here we go. Check this out. Disgraced former gymnastics doc Larry Nassar pays gangsters for protection with quote unquote sexual favors. Yeah. Convicted child molester and former Team USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar arranged for protection in prison by paying gangsters with cash and sexual favors, according to an inmate. In an interview with the New York Post, Grace Pinson, an inmate who did time with Nassar at a federal penitentiary in Florida, says that around June of 2021, he witnessed Nassar entering a prison cell with Mexican gang members. According to Pinson, the cell had its doors shut and windows covered, a sign that the inmates were either doing drugs, having sex, or both. Quote, "It was definitely not for drugs," Pinson asserted. Wow. Quote, "Larry Nassar has decided sucking dick is a better way of staying alive," said Pinson, a transgender inmate sentenced to 20 years for sending a threatening letter to then President George W. Bush in 2005. Wow. Now, even though Larry Nassar still got protection from, I'm assuming this is the Mexican Mafia or something like that. Remember, he still got attacked last year. He still got attacked, man. Prisoners definitely don't appreciate what he did. Pinson described Nassar as, quote, "scared little church mouse who never left his housing unit except to visit the chapel." In the chapel, Pinson conversed with Nassar. Quote, "He wished he didn't need those guys," Pinson said of his conversation with Nassar. Quote, "In some ways, what they expected of him was worse than the idea of being stabbed and killed. Pinson says he had firsthand knowledge of Nassar's arrangement with the gangs via conversations with the gang members and messages detailing the arrangement that he saw on a cell phone. Now, how do you actually, well, we know that cell phones actually do get into prisons. They shouldn't be there, but it does happen. While the money seemed to be at least mostly for protection, the sexual favors, Pinson believed, were for punishment. Okay, wait a minute. So they wanted money from him for protection, but then I guess they just wanted to humiliate him by having him sucking him off. Okay, quote, making Larry Nassar suck your dick in prison is a twisted way of paying him back for what he did to those women, Pinson explained. So that's what they're saying. They know his crimes. Now they want to punish this man. And if he doesn't go through with it, and also if he doesn't pay, they're probably going to kill him. The protection arrangement definitely malfunctioned in July of 2023 after Nassar was nearly stabbed to death by another inmate for talking about how he enjoyed oliging female tennis players. Nassar has been transferred from his original federal penitentiary in Florida to a new federal prison in Pennsylvania. So maybe he's actually doing the same thing over there, man. And it's obvious, that he wasn't in witness protection either. During his multiple decades as Team USA gymnastics doctor, Nassar sexually abused over 250 girls. After a lengthy trial following a bungled FBI investigation, Nassar was sentenced to multiple hundreds of years in prison. In other words, guys, this man is never getting out. He's a scumbag, man. What he actually did to those athletes. Young girls. He would actually be examining them, but he wasn't really examining them. He was abusing them. This man is sick, man. And I'm glad that he'll never see the light of day again. And maybe over there in Pennsylvania, man, most likely, man, he's pimping himself out again for protection. Yikes. Well, you want to be about that life, Larry Nassar? Now, you're getting payback now. You're getting payback. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.